Shit. I forgot to press the button. Oops.
What?
Whoops. Yeah, whoops. Better stop the thing. Just kidding, idiot. I was kidding about kidding. Hello. And welcome to... I forget what it's called. It's been...
It's a Bucket of Milk podcast.
Sean's got a mouthful of cookie.
Where
If you could hear that, it's the Bucket of Milk podcast.
no conversation has an expiration date.
That's right. You know, I think you could probably use a bucket of milk for them cookies.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
No, Sean.
No, get back here. There's no way you thought this was acceptable. You're bad. Alright.
Did you at least timestamp?
No. Play by play. Sean went to get milk.
A gallon of
and
milk.
just flopped it on there. Alright, now pour it in the bowl.
That's some ASMR for you.
Pour it in the bowl. Is that expired? Better check.
Nope.
I didn't ask you to do that.
No one asked him to do this. And now we're having milk cereal.
I guess I'll take a quick shot.
It's cookie cereal.
Sean timestamp showing everybody just what you're about over here.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
Here we start.
Anyway, welcome back. It's been a minute. I'm your host, Dylan, host of Kreitler, and I'm joined today by Sean. Sean, how are you?
Good.
What? What'd you say?
I'm good, fellas.
You're good, fellas?
No, that's a movie.
That is a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Who's in that movie?
He's in the movie.
Tom Hanks.
Long video.
Big video.
Big video.
Mm.
Tom Hanks. Larry the Cable Guy.
I could buy that maybe somehow you thought Tom Hanks was in that movie. There's no shot. The old Larry's in it, right?
Jim Carrey.
No Jim. There's zero Jim Carreys in the film.
Jim Gaffigan.
I haven't thought about Jim Gaffigan in like a year and a half. Anyway, I'm also joined by Alex. Alex, how are you?
I'm be doing a little bit better if I wasn't sitting next to a guy who's just now been forced to smash half a dozen cookies because he poured milk into it. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, drink the milk too.
Of course.
Yeah. No, I know what you're thinking. Well, Alex is gonna say, "Hey, next, right?" Wrong. Alec is he's busy today. He's busy.
R.I.P.
He's dead, and frankly, I hope he loses his Magic the Gathering tournament today.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it's been a minute, you know. We're coming up on the new year here. Obviously, Christmas has come and gone quite quickly. And I gotta say, this was probably the least Christmas feeling Christmas season of all time.
100%.
And that's even saying, like, last year's during, like, the pandemic was... Like, the pandemic's getting worse now, but back then it was still actively like, hey, don't leave your fucking house.
Yeah.
So even with that in mind, like, this year's was... It's not like it was bad. It's just like, why do you keep doing this? You have milk right there. Why do you feel the need to open your jug and drink out of that? If anything, I'm looking right at you. And I'm speaking to you right now. And you think now's the time
to bust out a gallon.
I should open this gallon of milk and drink it, knowing full well that me or Alex would have made you laugh and ruin all our equipment.
Sean, why would you do that?
Sean, I respect the grind. I do. A gallon of milk per recording is impressive. but
Thank you.
But this being your first attempt at that, not so impressive.
God. No!
What?
Why are you flopping it on the table?
I'm setting it on the table. It only feels like I'm flopping it because there's a mic actively recording. me
On
putting it
the table,
Yeah.
Dylan. Come on.
Yeah, man. Jeez.
What's wrong with you?
You know,
Whatever.
Would we rather have Sean smashing a wet bowl of cookies or Alec here? I mean, let's take our pick.
Well, which one plays Magic? Sean, do you play Magic?
No,
I think I'd rather have Sean.
What were you gonna say, Sean?
No.
I was gonna say no, I'm not gay, but like that's not technically,
I was waiting for
that's
that.
not technically true.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't know what it is. It just it's not like it was bad, or like people like punched me or anything like that. It's
You know,
just
I spend every day. I consider that a win. If I
Yeah.
lay my head down at night and I didn't get punched in the face that day, it's a win.
that's hype.
That's a good day.
That's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I live just about every day.
Hoping
Trying
I do
not to get punched in the face.
in the
I would
face.
say it didn't feel Christmassy just because it was so warm. I think it was
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous.
No, I
how
agree
warm
with
it
All
was.
right, walk me through this one. You are done with your cookies. There's nothing but milk and like crumbs in there. Why in God's name do you need to drink if you need to drink milk at all, why are you drinking it out of the gown?
This conversation was so fun the first time. I was like, we got to do it again.
No, but this time it's worse. There's nothing in here but oatmeal raisin remains and shame
And lots of shame.
and milk.
It's like a bowl of raisin bran crunch.
And you love raisin. What are you doing?
Stir.
Don't mix your own flavor in there.
I'm making it.
You don't wash your hands.
I'm making it sweeter.
There's no way. Shut up, dude. Christmas.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? What other drinks do you need?
We're drinking.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you gonna tell them? What are you drinking?
It's a light sky citrus wheat by Blue Moon,
Let's go over this.
brewed with tangerine.
Sean
peel.
Willy is currently drinking whole milk. This Blue Moon beer.
Uh-huh.
And also raisin milk right in front of him.
Yes.
See, this is why we can't record at Sean's house, because he
This
has
is-
access to these things.
Mhm.
Christmas. We gotta act like we know what we're doing, Sean.
Huh?
Shut up. Alright?
So Friday night,
No.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so it didn't feel like a very Christmassy season.
No.
It doesn't help that, like, at least around here, probably global.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like a lot of people are like, yo, I'm gonna fucking hang. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into these Christmas lights. And if they have anything, it's like that projector. That, like,
Yeah.
but like that's cool and all, but like it's not the same.
That's probably
It's
good.
not.
It just came up so fast, and like I
Yeah.
don't know.
It snuck up on me.
But I mean, I went so far as to drive to buy Christmas lights and didn't
Mhm.
quite drive out of my garage before I decided, you know what? I don't need
Nah.
Christmas lights. This
is,
year I'll be
uh,
all right.
Like usually, my mom has me and usually whoever I can get hang shit on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first Christmas that I've had my contract, as has she. It was a really busy Christmas.
Yeah.
December, I guess. And we just never had time or
Yeah.
felt, and if we did, we didn't fucking feel like it
Right.
to put
Yeah.
anything on the roof. She still puts stuff like ground level.
Sure. Sure.
But like,
Moms be decorating.
they do be doing the
Mhm.
decorating.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, you didn't ask me to come over and help you with the lights this year.
Well, I don't ask you to come over at all anymore.
Why?
I don't like you.
Huh?
I do not like you, Sean.
Oh,
You drink all my milk.
not all of it.
You pour all of my milk on yourself.
No,
And
that
then
was
you
my
just
milk.
leave.
That was my spoiled milk.
It just had to be spoiled.
I forgot it was spoiled, to be fair. That's funny.
That's why I didn't drink it.
You found another use for it, really. I mean,
Yeah.
What a nice young man.
he's an efficient guy.
We don't let anything go to waste in this household. You know, if you fuck up and buy a gallon of milk for yourself, and you don't drink it in like 2 weeks and it expires, just dump it on yourself.
Don't think I didn't notice that you said household instead of household.
Call it a Freudian slip.
Anyway, but yeah, very busy.
Yeah.
I'm sure your dad probably brought it up
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple times.
I'm sure every Christmas around this time is going to be busy for you guys.
Fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
What? Come on. You can't still be thirsty.
You get mad at me for not slurping out of this. Yep,
I'm mad
pick it
because
up.
you keep doing it.
What?
You keep drinking things while we're talking to you. And it's fucking annoying. And it's a different thing every time. There's like, what's so absurd about this?
I'm having a great time. I don't know.
Shut up. You've ruined my evening. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, not great. I wanted to not hate my job, but I did for the whole month, basically. Until now. It's pretty not busy now.
Yeah. All the orders done being sent.
It seems like it, or people are just like, you know what? I don't really feel like spending more money today.
Yeah.
And they haven't. And I got off the past 2 days at like 1:15.
Hell yeah.
Living the dream.
Plus, you could basically wear shorts all week with it being 70 freaking degrees.
Randomly, oh hey, mid-December, I'm Missouri.
Yeah, I was
70-degree weather.
Yeah.
I was literally hot at Christmas time in my grandma's house.
Yeah.
I fucking turned on my AC window unit Christmas Eve. It was hot in my
It
room.
should just not be this way, man.
not right.
Where's my white Christmas?
My white Christmas.
Apparently, we're supposed to get a shitload of snow, though.
That's what I was reading. I read up
the
to
weekend
a
of
foot.
the 7th.
Yeah.
I knew it. I called it. It got warm. It's been real warm and mild, and it did the same thing last year. What happened? We got fucked later on in the winter.
I don't feel
dumped
like
a
it was
shit ton.
this warm, though, last year.
No, it definitely wasn't this
It
one.
was, like, not unbearable,
It was
which was,
fucking-
like, abnormal.
It was
but-
fucky though.
Yeah.
And, like,
we
we got
live
snow-
in Missouri.
global warming, bro.
We got snow all the way into March.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It took a minute to cool off, and then
But
it took a while to warm back up.
We're just gonna have to change the months around again. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fucking daylight savings
December
time.
will be in March now.
Yo.
We just push everything up 4 slots.
As much as it's been like raining and shit, like November might as well be like
April.
spring. Yeah, April.
August begins the year now. We have changed. We have changed the calendar.
When I was a kid, that's basically what I thought. Because, like, I didn't
School.
have to go to school until August, so that's...
End of the year was
When-
summer. Wouldn't that be
yeah.
a hell of a thing?
Yeah. It was cool.
I think that's why isn't like Chinese New Year in February or something like that.
I'm not familiar
I
with
don't-
Chinese culture.
It might be. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I always thought in school. It was like August started the year. And my sister thought that too. And she'd be like, I should be older than Dylan. Because I was born before him.
You thought August
In the
started
months.
the year?
And I was like, you stupid, naive child. I'm older than you by a full year. The month you were born, even if you were right, holds no significance in this conversation.
Dumb, naive child.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
I bet he won't, though.
He won't. But anyway, Christmas, obviously, didn't feel like it, but we still went through it.
Yeah.
How'd it go for you boys?
Went great. Friday night, went and spent it with boyfriend's family. And,
Pussycat.
Pussycat.
Yeah.
And family tradition there is to drink heavily on Christmas Eve night.
As you should.
And so,
yes.
And so we did. Naturally, we stayed over. And then Christmas Day, my family couldn't figure out what the fuck they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my mom is talking to my grandma right now for some reason. So we didn't go down to my grandma's for Christmas.
Family's weird sometimes.
Yeah. I gotta call my grandparents and make sure they know, like, hey,
I still love you.
Don't write me out of the will. And,
hey, I really need that money.
No, all of them.
That's great.
No, and then my dad and mom. My dad was like, "Yeah, the earliest you can get here, that'd be great." And then so I was like, "All right, I can do noon." He was like, "Can you come earlier?" And I was like, "I'll try." And then the morning of, we woke up Christmas Day, and we were both obviously hungover.
Mm-hmm.
So I had polished off like a 6-pack of beer and had like a few mixed drinks. So
Sure.
I was drunk.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. No, we ended up doing Christmas at my mom's. Me, mom, dad, and Franklin.
Good old Franklin.
That's it? Just you four?
Yep.
How was that?
Oh well, Daniel was there, so it was us 5.
All right.
It was fine. It was, my family does like low key stuff most of the time.
Yeah.
Not really too big on like big
Sure.
things.
Plug this in over there. I can't reach. This is good.
Timestamp.
This is fine. What? All right. Yep, that counts. Cool, man. Anyway, yeah, that was your whole experience. Anything else over this month?
Dope? Anything of any significance?
No,
he shouldn't.
nothing at all.
All right.
No.
Not one thing. No head.
No head. Actually, no, I did get head. Yeah.
Why? What? How do you forget? I remember when people do that to me. I care.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. Pussycat has a bad habit of using teethers.
All right, moving on.
I try not to remember that.
All right, man. I'm gonna send him a link to this podcast. I'm gonna give him a timestamp.
Yeah.
He's gonna hear you say that.
His feelings are going to be hurt. He and I will have a talk before, so he hears it from me. Like, hey, babe, you're trying to bite my dick off, and it's hurting my feelings. Please stop.
What about you, Head?
It's been a good Christmas.
That's a yes.
Nice. And we should add Kate on this.
Oh, she gonna kill me.
So Kate, any head?
No, I don't know. I just feel like the older you get, the less family you see around Christmas. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I did the in-laws first, and then we went to my parents' house, and we all drank heavily and played games.
Yeah.
You ever played those games, the who's most likely to, or whatever? You draw a card, and everyone votes like who's most likely to do.
I've played it before.
Yeah. Well, I always lose those fucking games, especially with my
Yeah.
family, because I'm just most likely to do everything, apparently.
Oh.
So I just got beat real fast, and I exit the game. So, but yeah, and so that was fun. We all the siblings bring our significant others, which Jenna wasn't there this year, but that's all right. We still played those games, got drunk. I got some dog beds for Christmas, some clothes.
Nice.
Fell asleep on the
Nice.
dog bed the next day.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Those are comfy, aren't
My
they?
dog looked cuddly down there. Well, both of them were. So I was like, laying down, snuggling them, and fell asleep for 2 hours. I was on my floor near my kitchen. So it was
Nice.
yeah, and I woke up with some back pain, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's back pain. That's 25.
Oh
baby.
yeah. Oh yeah.
25, 26.
Yep.
All the best ages to be.
Yeah. Hit your mid-20s, all that shit starts going downhill.
Yep. Well, really, it's like 14.
Yeah.
After that, you've hit your peak.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, idiot. Me.
Yeah, you.
Me.
How was your Christmas?
Christmas? Pretty good.
Your Christmas.
It's been pretty narrowed down to like just the one that we go to every year.
Where's that?
I'm not gonna give you my address, dude. My grandmother's address? What the hell?
I'll settle for your coordinates.
That's the same.
Oh?
Anyway.
Your grandma's?
Yes.
Okay.
My grandmother's.
Okay.
Can you, like, behave a bit, please?
I had gases.
What you had gases.
That wanted out.
Alright. Anyway. Grandma.
Yeah.
Went there.
Cool.
It was cool.
You get anything lit?
From my grandma, I got $10 Taco Bell gift card and $25 Steak and Shake gift card. It's still sad that the main Steak and Shake we went to,
yeah,
still not dine in. I feel like
still
it's
not
permanent.
dine in. Really?
I feel like they just downsized it
yeah.
to being drive-through only.
I mean,
'Cause
some restaurants, like whenever I was still at McDonald's, they kept it drive-through as long as they could, just to avoid having the people come in. I mean,
Yeah.
I bet there's our sales stayed pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's like the people are still coming; they just weren't coming inside. So you just have that. I mean, you spend less money on labor, with the same amount of sales.
Well, like, I assumed that it was because of the pandemic, and maybe that's
at first I'm sure it was,
brought
but
it
now
on.
it's like, what's the point?
But then I also think about how, like, not that long ago, there was articles everywhere about Steak and Shake they were closing stores in a lot of places, obviously not making shitloads or not enough shitloads of money.
Yeah.
So maybe they were planning to do it like this no matter what.
Who knows?
And what sucks is, like, Steak and Shake's always like a roll of the dice, whether you're going to get delicious food or subpar or
you can
very
always expect
rarely
shit
garbage.
Fries, though. You can always
You
expect
need the
shit
cheese.
fries.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need the cheese. The garlic seasoning isn't enough. You need the cheese.
Didn't they get rid of that seasoning?
Maybe.
I asked
Fuck
for it
'em.
and they didn't have it, which I was pissed.
That's got rid of the sliders, idiots.
Yeah,
anyway, so, and the other Steak and Shake, that's like the other direction, that's like a 50-50. At least the Steak and Shake we were going to was like a solid
at least you get a good
70-30.
burger.
Yeah.
You get a good burger at least.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't really do a lot of like traditional shit at my grandma's. It's kind of just I get to see a bunch of people that I don't see very often, like all my younger cousins and stuff. Except Jonathan, where are you?
He didn't come to this one either.
He doesn't come to anything.
Achoo.
Jonathan, achoo! Oh man, what a sneeze! But his brother Tyler's girlfriend also came. Other cousins. We play this game called Left, Right, Center.
Mm-hmm. I played.
Have you played it, Sean?
Probably, but I can't remember how it works.
So, like, you have 3 of whatever currency.
Mm-hmm.
Quarters, dollars, deeds to houses.
Yeah, I've played that.
Yeah. You roll these dice that typically has, like, R, L, C, dot. Dot, you're safe. C, throw it in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Right or left, you pass it to that direction. We usually just play with quarters. This year we also had a bunch of like $1 scratch off tickets in the mix.
Yeah.
And we were just going to do like a round with like all of the scratch off tickets. But my cousin Braden was like, I really don't want to like, it's going to suck if someone wins all the tickets and has to scratch them. Mm-hmm. Just for like 20 minutes or so by themselves to win like $10.
Right.
And so we did it that it was 2 quarters, 1 scratcher. We all brought 3. Everybody brought 3 for themselves.
Right on.
So we get through the first round. Every year that we've been doing left, right, center kind of traditionally, like that's the only tradition we have now.
Yeah.
For like 3 or 4 years. And every year, me and like sometimes all of the cousins, sometimes just a few, will sit at one end of the table, everybody else at the other end. And we just come up with some narrative about what this means, even though it doesn't fucking mean anything and there's no skill to this game at all.
Yeah.
Like there was one year where we were the South.
Yeah.
And they were the stupid North kids.
Right.
And we needed the money.
And
we did get the money that time.
Hell yeah.
Because, we won some rounds. And, we don't split it or anything.
Yeah.
Just, somebody on our side wins, and we're like, let's go. We won.
Yeah.
This time, it's usually me that comes up with what the narrative is, and everybody else just jumps on it.
Yeah.
My sister wasn't there, thank God.
Thank God.
But I was like, all right, we gotta keep it in the neighborhood, boys. And then if they passed it out of the neighborhood, I'd be like, it's like you don't even care about the community, dude. Like, no, I'm getting it back, I swear. And then sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. Just keep building on that. We'd be like, the economy's booming right now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's looking rough. It's looking like a rough fiscal year, boys, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like my cousin Nolan was at the end of the neighborhood, and he'd pass it off to my mom, who was not in the neighborhood. And we'd be like, are you serious? I'm sorry. I tried to keep... Don't worry, the economy's still here. I'm like, not looking good. The economy's not looking good right now.
Not with these handouts.
Yeah, not with these handouts, dude.
Man. With
But if you don't know rules of left, right, center,
I've played.
the last remaining person with whatever, a coin, a dollar,
Right.
they have to roll a dot in order to claim the pot.
Yeah.
If you roll right, then that person, But if you roll center, then it just moves on to next round. It's a double pot.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Round 1, the neighborhood was down bad.
Down bad.
But they made it a double pot. We're like, this is all part of the plan.
Mm-hmm.
We can finally, with this double pot, we can build that park. What park? No park. We just made it up.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, another round goes by. Talk about, economy, money, taxes, the slums, all that
Yeah.
good shit.
Yeah.
And then it appears we're going to lose again. But wouldn't you know it, it's triple pot time, baby.
Hell yeah.
Which also means that despite Braden's best efforts, somebody was getting all the lottery tickets.
Nice.
So, round 3, baby. Neck and neck. And then there's 3 coins left. Gets passed to Nolan, passed to my cousin Kevin, passed to me, and then I roll right, pass to Braden. Then some idiot outside of the neighborhood, don't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
Throw it center, stupid. Braden gets the triple pot because he rolled a dot, baby.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And then business was booming. The economy was prospering.
So he won everything?
Yeah. And we built that park.
Hell yeah.
And then I just helped him scratch tickets, which at least 10 players. So it's probably more than 30 scratch-off tickets.
God damn.
$14.
Yeah.
From the scratch-off tickets.
Hell
Sounds
yeah.
about right.
About $40 total. With
Were they all $1 tickets?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. That sounds about
and,
right.
Quarters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totaling to about 40 and then some free tickets. Woo.
Sure.
So that was about it for me that day. I don't think I did anything that night either. Because why would I?
I go to bed early, bro. My bedtime's early. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't stay up late much anymore.
Same.
It's like midnight to 1 at the latest for me usually. If it's 1, it's because I can't sleep.
Yeah. So I'm in the office all day, right? And so that's what I do. I mean, when some days I'm outside. Today I was outside a lot. Got a lot of mud. That was fun. We had to pick up Tyler's BMW up the side of the highway.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What happened?
What did you know about a BMW, right?
Yeah.
Is that the car he said its hobbies are going fast and looking good or something?
Yeah,
like
and
that?
breaking down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so yeah, he
It's
had
a BMW.
So it was on the side of the highway on 55 near. I don't even fucking remember. It was on the side of 55, and we went up to go get it. And Tyler just grabbed a trailer, and I'm an anxious guy, so we're on the side of the highway, and there's cars, just casually driving by 70, 80 miles an hour, and and Tyler's driving a BMW onto a trailer, and I'm trying to guide him onto it, and then we have to strap the wheels down, and I don't know, every time like a semi or something drove by, I don't know, I just felt like so uneasy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got it done, and then we went to Walmart, and we stocked up for the week, which is, ritual. Why stock up. And then we play a lot of cornhole at work because we have cornhole boards, and it's not that busy all the time. So we usually play for like $5-10, whatever. And today I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play for rations. So I started betting people's food, and Tyler got this garlic bread, and he was so excited about this garlic bread. And I'm like, Tyler, I'll play you cornhole right now for that garlic bread. Yours. And I bought these. So when I was in Walmart, I had this epiphany. I was like, I'll just play for rations. Yeah. So I bought all this great value garlic bread, great value whatever, all this cheap stuff. Boys, I went on a 5-game win streak today. Took Dustin's Chex Mix. I took Dustin's applesauce. I took Tyler's garlic bread and $20.
I'm proud of you.
It's a good day of
You gotta
cornhole.
do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, but anyway, so I mean, other than that, if I'm not selling trailers, I'm not outside, not playing cornhole. I'm on.
If I'm not selling trailers, I'm hustling at the corner.
I'm hustling at the cornhole game, gathering rations. So, but yeah, but I always have like a computer game I like play in the background. Something that's not like has
Solitaire?
to be like hands on. No, not
Pokemon Fire Red.
drink your milk and shut up about solitaire.
Pokemon.
What about-
Yeah. So
what
it's
about
like Pokemon games going, something I don't have to
Solitaire?
like have a full attention to all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so I you remember the game Arcanists? Like,
Yeah.
So I'll play around with Arcanists, like just browser games, whatever, Pokemon. And but anyway, you always see those YouTube ads for Raid Shadow Legends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Started playing it. Pretty good.
How many silver did you get for using code JohnTron?
That's a thing.
People, the ads, if you look for like creators that have like a ad for it,
Yeah.
they'll have like a code that you can use.
Yeah.
Get like
Well, fuck yeah, I'm gonna start doing
50,000 silver.
Yeah,
and
it's
one
just
free
nice because
hero.
it's a cool game because I don't have to be hands on with it. Like I can just
Yeah.
let it go and then go back to what I'm doing, then go back check it out. Like it's not one of those like build your city games. I'm not a big fan of those. Like I play. You ever
Yeah.
play like Crusader and stuff like that?
Clash of Clans.
Like where you not like Clash of Clans. It's like where you don't have to worry about. I don't know. It's called Crusader.
Age of Empires.
It's really good. Age of Empire, kinda. But you kind of start from the bottom, build your civilization, then you like build armies, and like you send them out. And yeah,
So
sure.
Animal Crossing.
That was a fun game. Animal Crossing was always. Good.
I wish I still could enjoy Animal Crossing and like
Yeah.
Harvest Moon.
Yeah,
I could probably still enjoy the one that we played of Harvest Moon.
the original.
Yeah,
That was the best one.
Wonderful Life. And
I
the
remember that
other
one
ones.
because everyone told me I couldn't get the red-haired girl. I got her.
Yeah,
I had to make her sad, but I got her.
You had to make her sad. You had to say, "Hey, bitch."
You're
Every day.
stupid.
I went for like every new playthrough, I was like, maybe I'll get a different wife this time. But every time, fucking Celia walks through town, and I'm just like, well, guess I'm having the green hat kid again.
Is that Celia? No, dude, I tried hard. I don't remember what that redhead girl's name, but I tried hard. Because isn't there a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you had
I know
Bridget.
Celia and Muffy. I don't
I'm looking it
remember
up
the
now.
red. It's like Nami or something.
We're gonna fact check. I think it is Nami. We're gonna fact check, and if it is, then even more reason why I would do it.
Isn't Muffy that one from Arthur?
That's one. Yeah, it is a crossover event because they noticed a bunch of art of Muffy on this website,
Huh?
and they were like, "We should add her to
Yo.
Harvest Moon." But like, while he's looking that up, I just can't like. I can be into Animal Crossing or something for like 2 days, but then it's like.
Yeah.
I'm keeping up with my own life, and I don't really have time to care about what fucking Bill the Duck thinks.
Right.
Or, like, they scold you if you're not there for, like, 2 days. Like, where have you been?
It's like,
God, I forgot how old this game was. There's so many of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Celia. It was the brunette.
Yeah.
Nami was the red-haired girl. Muffy was the blonde. And then there was another redhead girl named Lumina. I don't know.
I don't remember that one.
But these are all the characters here. But
You could die in that.
well, here's Celia's
Really?
son. Yeah, so I'll be able to. I'm gonna see what.
damn.
I remember which son it was.
This sounded more like a Fire Emblem game. You got all these like,
This was the
waifus and
inspiration for,
yeah.
like,
There was. Yeah, that was Nami's son.
yo.
Yeah. So that was a good game,
It was a good game.
especially back then.
I feel like I could maybe enjoy Harvest Moon still, but like,
do we need to try and see? But
we could
what?
do that on a stream.
So
maybe.
the question is, what are the good ones now? Because they made so many. I'd have
So
to.
the thing is like they changed developers. So like Nintendo still owns Harvest Moon IP, but the people that used to make it back when we played it,
Mhm.
they make something else now that's apparently good, but Harvest Moon like isn't even. I think they try to recapture it, but I think the general consensus is that the new people just aren't as like into it. Kind of the same as how Mario Party was for a little bit.
Well, when I looked it up originally, it came up as a bunch of. Hold on, let me go back here.
Honestly, I don't even know if I'd want to play one other than the Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
and
this
another
all these
Wonderful
story
Life.
of seasons came up. So I don't know if maybe that's the new. Or the same
that might be
developers.
the newest one.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of story of seasons that dating back to 2014 up to 2021. The last Harvest Moon was 2012.
Mm.
But I remember the I'm pretty sure the Hero Leaf one or whatever was good. But that was that's 2009. The game we're talking about came back in 2003.
Yeah.
Old.
Wonderful Life, and then
2003 was
had,
a good year. I don't know why. I just felt like it was a good year.
That was Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
That was my favorite Madden game too.
Mario
growing
and
up.
Luigi, yeah. Madden 03.
Halfback Dive.
But like, I don't know. It was a good year though.
Was Halfback Dive invented in 2003?
Oh, had to be. I don't see any other reason why it wouldn't be.
Was it in the game? But I don't know. Like, I bought the new Harvest Moon right before the pandemic started, and I played it for 2 days, and I gave it away like a month ago.
Not fun.
It's fine. Like, it's just not for me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because I remember loving the GameCube one and City
yeah.
Folk, but I don't know. It just ain't me anymore. Now, I don't even know. I still like playing games, but it's like Pokemon, Mario Party, and Smash, and Amogus, and sometimes Fortnite is like all I'm really interested
I
in
haven't played
anymore.
Fortnite in forever.
Yeah,
We should. Spider-Man's in it.
I just feel like I am nowhere near skill level in Fortnite anymore. Like, it's just not fun for me anymore.
It's like we can fuck around.
Yeah, once you just stop playing for a while, it's just not. It's not it anymore. Sean, how do you have oatmeal on your shoe?
I was gonna say
Messy
something, but
I got oatmeal on my shoe.
I don't know what else that would be.
I'll tell you though. I've been getting
it.
I've been getting back into a game.
What's that?
It's called Pokemon Unite.
Oh yeah,
You should-
okay.
I think you should come back.
Okay.
I played like 6 rounds with young Stovey Tomat.
Okay.
the other day, and I'll be honest, I only got motivated to play again because I saw a tier list that had Wigglytuff as the best character in the game.
Okay.
So I was like, I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought both. There's 2 Wigglytuff skins now, which was also enticing. Got Bofa.
Hell yeah.
And I sing on people and then I kill them. It's dope.
Is there any new Pokemon added yet?
I mean, there's Dragonite.
They added Dragonite?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
He's the most recent. I think if you log in, you'll get it's like T Serena or something like that. She's a Gen 7
How
Pokemon.
is Dragonite? How much does it cost?
10,000.
10,000? God damn it. I'm about to get on. I want a Dragonite.
He's.
Does
I
it
haven't
start
bought
as
him yet.
Dragonite or Dragonair?
Or
whatever,
Dratini,
Dratini.
Dragonite. I think he's a level 8
Mhm.
evolution. And they did apparently a really good like winter patch and
Mhm.
changed a lot about the game, how the game works. It's in a generally consensed upon
The newest one
that it's like the best it's ever been right
Yeah.
now.
I think the newest Pokemon was what's the fucking squirrel one?
Oh, Greedent.
Yeah, that was the most
The
recent
one that
I
looks
played.
like Alec.
Yeah.
Oh, and like the level 10 evolutions, they're level 9 now,
Yeah.
which makes way more fucking sense. But that game could be a lot of fun. I don't know how seriously I'll take it, but
Yeah.
and I am not interested in playing it by myself. But I
No,
would
it's
play
not.
it with friends.
It's not fun by yourself. There's just not enough to it. I don't know.
I just think it's a game that's more fun with a squad.
If it would be more situational, like I get it's supposed to be easy, but if it was like another mobile, like a League of Legends, where it's situational, like you build differently.
I think the thing too is that it hasn't been around as long as
Sure.
League, and like there's more enticement for younger people to play Unite than there is League.
Right.
So like if you get hooked up with randoms on League, there's a much higher chance you'll get some competent people. Whereas with Unite, you're just kind of rolling the fucking dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know. You should play though. It's on mobile. But yeah, I'm down to play that more too.
Yeah.
But all I've really had time to play for this whole month is Smash, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I'm back on my League grind. League of Legends. That's all I do. It's
Yeah.
working. Working League.
Understandable.
Imagine playing League of Legends.
Imagine being Sean. Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Me neither.
yuck.
It's the worst.
What else we got going on, boys? Any particular topics or like?
Dylan and I are moving in, people.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I
Dylan's moving
forgot
into
about
my
that.
apartment.
I'm not moving here.
What?
There's a new apartment
Okay.
that it's the one I showed you.
Yeah.
It's the only difference now is that he's gonna be my roommate.
When are you moving in?
The 1st of January is when the month starts. I
Cool.
don't know when I'll officially be there.
Well, if you need a truck and trailer, I have access to those things.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna want help moving stuff.
Yes.
And getting stuff up there is gonna be interesting too. Mainly the couches.
Is it here in town?
Yeah. It's like
What you mean? We just throw it on the trailer.
Well, it's above Iggy's.
Oh,
And,
I see. Getting it into the room.
Have you ever been in Bobby's old apartment
Mhm.
before? It's that.
Oh,
one.
really? It's a nice apartment.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't how she left it, but it is now.
Yeah, that's the one that Dustin was looking at actually.
Well, fuck them. Now,
Welcome. It's our apartment now.
Yeah, it's a nice apartment.
yeah. So you know how to get in.
Mhm.
I'm concerned about
You
getting
go around the
couches
back.
up there.
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, hopefully, I'm hoping Iggy will just let us use the fire escape door for certain shit,
Yeah.
which I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
But might have to pull some things up on the balcony.
I didn't know you're getting Bobby. That's a good apartment.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's 3 bed, 1 bath.
Yeah.
We got plans.
It's a big open living room too.
Mm-hmm. That room's sick.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an office for me to work on our
Cool.
bullshit. Just I don't know. All we really need to do now is figure out furniture.
Yeah.
Might be using my ping pong table as a dining room table.
That comes with it. Once you get in, you'll realize what you need, and then you'll go and
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like you're all set. I mean, right here. I mean, you got everything you'll need.
That fucking couch ain't coming.
You need somewhere to hang up your coat. Sean's got you covered.
In this room, my TV, and maybe what the TV is on right now might come. But like, I don't know. Obviously, we'll bring some stuff from both places, but I think it's generally agreed upon that for furniture, it's mostly shit in my basement. But it's going to be cool. That's where we'll probably film most things. Got to imagine that's where the cooking videos will be.
That kitchen is so much fun.
All we'll have to do is put up soundproofing because it's kind of echoey. But
I can help you with that.
Yeah. But yeah, Sean moving in was a recent development because, Sean, not too long ago, you stopped trying to be HVAC. Mm-hmm. And you did get your job, well, not the job you had, but you got a job back at McDonald's.
Yep.
And, you need to save more money.
Save more money.
What better way to do that than split money?
That's right.
But yeah, we're going to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that apartment will probably be where most of our operations
I can imagine,
come from. That place is sick.
Yeah. I'm excited for you guys. It's awesome.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Comment down below if you're excited. Don't forget to hit that like button.
And subscribe.
I guess this has only come up because our last podcast was December 4th. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but Abby edits for us now. AJ Bake Plays. It's our editor. I still edit these, and other things I feel like I have time for. But especially in December, I didn't have time for anything.
Right.
So all the pun videos, all three, and the cooking video are her, and the cereal video. We can talk about those videos, I guess, because all of those came out between last podcast and this one. Let's just start with the first one.
Puns?
No. Cooking with Alex and Dylan 3. Mac and cheese.
Delicious.
Let's not lie to ourselves, Sean. That shit was awful.
It was chalky and gross, and I never want to have to taste it again. Honestly, if we didn't put the Metamucil in, I think I'd have been alright.
I think if it was like not 2 handfuls of Metamucil. Because it is funny watching you crush Tums and throw Metamucil in there. But it was the most surreal thing that I've ever ate.
It just tastes like
because it just
cherry.
It was
chalk.
It just tasted like Tums and Metamucil.
Yeah.
Like we put pasta sauce, fucking obviously mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Plus a slice of cheese from your oven.
A slice of cheese. I didn't taste any of that shit. I tasted tortilla, Metamucil.
Yeah, orange flavored Metamucil.
Yeah.
That's what really fucked it up is the fact because that orange flavored Metamucil is
strong.
Obviously,
hate it.
Sean also said I had my hoodie hung up on the coat rack. Alec, it's in the video.
Oh yeah,
Alex asks him, "Yo, is the coat rack in the shot?" No. And then it's there the whole time. And the only other thing is that it stopped recording, so not the whole end segment is there, but we made it work with what we had. There's not much I would change about the video, except maybe the ending is the full us just gagging and shit for a minute and a half, but she did great. That was her debut video.
Yeah, it was good.
You didn't see it in the video, but now I am the only person who has swallowed everything we've made on Cooking with Alex and Dylan so far.
I spit it out, man. I couldn't do it.
No, I spit it every time. Gross.
I tried to swallow it, and then I gagged, and I was like, I can't do this.
I get
Dylan had heartburn for 3 days.
Which is crazy, because there were Tums in there.
Yeah.
It wasn't... I didn't feel bad, but, I could tell when I shit it. I smelled it.
Yeah, I did notice that me throwing away the the pot was out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but there's only a second of footage of that, and it's not even. It might have been because it was raining.
After we did it, I was like, guys, you got to film me going out to throw this away. And Sean's got a big dumpster behind his apartment, so they filmed me. It was dark, cold, and rainy. Yeah, but yeah.
Like, I don't know if maybe the camera has some protective thing, or it just stops if it gets wet or something. But
I thought we used the cell phone though.
No, I use the camera. Maybe somebody else.
We're using our cell phones for flashlights.
Yeah. All right.
But still worked out great.
True.
I think. Moving on. All 3 pun videos were filmed the same day, which there was like 20 minutes of fucking footage. So I'm not surprised that it made 3 total videos. Good content. I enjoy them. Yeah. What do you guys
What was your favorite pun, bro?
My favorite pun... I think my favorite pun is when I'm walking through this door frame behind me with the coat rack. And I'm like, this rack won't fit through the door. And Alex just comes up with a bag of pasta and says it's impossible.
Yes, that was good.
Also, at the end of puns 3, I say pasta la vista. And fake throw a thing of pasta, and it ends like on a blurry shot.
Can we all agree that Alex's puns were the worst?
Yeah. I hate him.
There was one pun he had in here about like ejaculation or something like that. Like he can't.
It was the controller one.
Yeah.
I was with my girl last night, couldn't control her, and he held up a controller, and I was like, that was the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, there was one where like I threw him the cumin. Like caught it perfectly, and I was like, "But I'd be cumin anyway."
Yeah,
or something like that.
He definitely had some good ones.
Yeah.
Let's not overhype.
Let's not overhype.
My favorite one, and the one that cracked me up, was you were sitting on the couch and you were you masking your emotions, and I found a little weight in there. I was like, and I found it the perfect time. I heard you say that, and I went, "Is it because you gained a little weight?"
Yeah. That one, I forgot about that.
Yeah, Dylan just kept playing off of me. It worked out.
I sat there and I had a board in my hoodie. Yeah. Like, what's wrong, man? I'm bored. That's pretty good.
It was hilarious.
I mean, there's not a lot to say about puns videos. We're going to keep doing them. I don't think we should do multiple puns videos in a row anymore.
No.
I think we're oversaturating the market.
They should mostly belong on the TikToks.
That could work too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We do still plan to do TikTok. We need a solid.
Yeah. We really want to kick it in the high gear at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Kind of kick off the new year fresh. Bucket of Milk Season 2 will be coming at you.
Might as well get into future shit, I guess. This is the final podcast of the year. Obviously,
what time are we at?
We're at about an hour. Blah. This is the last podcast of the year. Obviously, this past year, not as productive as I would have hoped. But, it's a good start.
Gotta start somewhere.
I think what I'd like to do is, next year, just fully commit to having at least 2 videos on the main channel a week for a year, no matter what it is. Obviously, keep doing the podcast as well. But 2, skits / whatever the fuck for a whole year. See what happens, and we can talk about that on here in a year.
Yo.
TikTok's a whole different thing that we all need to talk about still. Probably off podcast. Really get a good plan for it, but it's coming.
Main thing is, we want to get into it. We want to get the content out there. It's just obviously, we're not consistent enough right now to put that stuff out, but it's gonna happen. We're gonna figure out how to make it work. We're gonna bring the content to more platforms, and we're gonna make it work. Especially for, we obviously want to continue to grow, and
I think there's a lot to talk about, off camera.
Sure.
Business, we don't no business on the pod.
Mm-mm.
None.
We don't talk business in the pod.
None. No business. Alex.
Sean, would you rather fuck a gorilla or a grizzly bear?
Easily a gorilla. He's got bigger, coarser hands.
And that was the Bucket of Milk podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. That will be the end.
In our next video.
This will be
Coming
the
soon
end
to Pornhub.
of the podcast.
Yes.
Well, maybe?
Oh.
I know what you guys are thinking. Dylan. Sean.
What?
Alex.
Alec?
Not
Nope.
Alex. You guys talked about Spider-Man on December 4th, 2021.
We did.
That came out. Aren't you going to talk about that? We can, and we will, but figured, it hasn't exactly been 2 weeks yet, so don't want to spoil anybody. We don't have like a giga big audience, but we don't want to spoil anybody that cares.
Yeah, we care about Ryan.
The statute of limitations on the movie have not passed quite yet, and once they will, don't worry, we can take another deep dive. And if you have any questions about the movie, please send them over discreetly.
But we're gonna do the whole outro here for people who don't want to hear anything. If you do want to hear us talk about Spider-Man, stick around. We'll probably talk about it again at some point, but hey.
Or just come back and listen to this podcast.
Or just come, not this.
I mean, that's the thing about the internet. It stays on the internet.
It does stay. So, as for the regular Bucket of Milk podcast, I am Dylan.
I am Sean.
I'm Alex with an X.
That's true. Bye.
I gotta pee.
Timestamp.
I'm never gonna get used to walking in this bathroom.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
We're back. Let's talk about who else.
It's Bucket of Milk After Dark.
Bucket of Milk after
Get
the expiration date.
Sexy facts.
Number 1.
Spider-Man, December 17th, 2021. Or actually, if you were me and Sean, December 16th, 2021. And Alec. At...
Who?
I don't know. Who? At
Ugly Man 420.
4:30 p.m. I saw Spider-Man No Way Home. I took no chances with this movie as far as spoilers go.
Yeah.
I haven't talked about it, but on a podcast, I don't believe. Avengers Endgame was spoiled for me the night before I was going to see it. I was scrolling through YouTube, and what do I see but Iron Man death scene, Avengers Endgame.
Oh my god.
And I was like, awesome. And I think I did. I didn't want. If I know something, I'm always like, I might as well look at it. And I did eventually, but I didn't want that to happen to me again.
Right.
Because my thing with Avengers Endgame is I wasn't able to see it the day it came out. I think it was 2 days later that I went with you and Alec. That might have been it.
That movie got spoiled so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this one, you might as well call this Spider-Man Endgame.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this isn't happening to me again. The only thing that I had heard was like the rumor said about Aunt May. That's the only thing I heard. Obviously, all the Toby and Garfield rumors.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted to see it as early as possible. And this was, like I said in the actual podcast, peak season for me as a USPS postal worker.
Yeah.
I went in early. I went as fast as I could. Our movie started at 4:15, or like, I feel like it's theater to theater whether the time they put is when movie or ads start. Luckily, it was for ads because despite my best efforts, I was ready to go like an hour early, and then I had people, like my supervisor, like, hey, can you like help locate this package that isn't your fucking problem? Meaning it was on a route unrelated to me entirely. Mm-hmm. I was like, I guess I gotta go soon. Though, I was like, oh, I feel you. I was out there for like 40 minutes. So Barry, I get Sean and Alec though, and we made it. We viewed the film. What about you, man? Did you have any hardship?
Went on a little date with the wife. Of course, we were on the way up there trying to decide where to eat. She wanted one thing, then she didn't want that thing. So I picked a thing, but she didn't want that thing. Then she wanted me to pick a thing. She didn't want that thing. So we went to Chili's.
Marriage.
Yeah, by that time it was too late to sit down and eat, but she was dead set on Chili's. So we had a nice romantic dinner in the Chili's parking lot. I had a delicious burger, and she had a steak, and that was nice. And we went and saw the movie, and there were really just 5 main things I want to talk about with the Spider-Man movie. And
I'm going to let you take hostmanship.
I've been a big...
We all care.
I've been a big Spider-Man
Alex
fanatic for a long time.
Spider nerd.
Yes, for real. Fun fact about me, do you remember the game Quiz Up? Do you ever play Quiz Up? I was number 1 in the world for the Spider-Man trilogy in Quiz Up for at least 2 months. Reigning MVP, if you will. I was answering those questions in 2 seconds.
Oh, I somehow forgot to bring this up. After we played Left, Right, Center, Spider-Man 2 just happened to be on at Christmas.
Nice.
So we just watched Spider-Man 2.
Hell yeah.
That movie's still sick.
Yeah. But yeah, so of course, I didn't want to be spoiled. I wanted to see it, but I also was curious. So there's a lot of things that I wanted to happen, and of course, you see speculation all over the internet. Are all 3 Spider-Mans going to be in it? What villains are going to be in it? And after the trailers and everything is whenever I decided I'm gonna take a deep dive into this movie. I started looking at Easter eggs, different YouTube channels, and. Now, the first thing, obviously, the earliest in the movie, you see Charlie Cox. You see Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
So fucking cool.
And which is so dope, because I remember me and Dylan were texting. I was like, and Dylan's like, I really want Daredevil to be in it. And then I saw this theory on the internet. Peter's in a lot of trouble. He's going to need a lawyer. I was like,
yeah.
What a perfect way to introduce a guy who was born to play Daredevil.
It's like the thing is like, in the first release of the first trailer of the movie, where one of the police is interrogating Peter, people swore to God that it was Charlie Cox's forearms. It wasn't.
Yeah.
But apparently there's also rumors of a deleted scene of him actually being in that scene.
Yeah.
But that's unrelated. But by the time it came around, I figured that he would be in it, or I hoped he would be, because Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin was in the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
So that's also sick.
Oh, you had that's what really kind of solidified it is he's getting, and plus you also hear he's coming back. He was perfect for Daredevil, and I hear the same thing about Punisher, not to the same extent, but
when it I guess got canceled, he even said that he was going to wait around for a little bit to see if there were any Daredevil opportunities. I gotta wonder how long him and Vincent have known that they were coming back.
Oh, they did great at keeping it all concealed.
And I think they're variants or whatever. I think they're played by the same people, but it's going to be a different. Maybe the events aren't the exact same.
And of course, now you're seeing all these things on social media. It's Spider-Man 4, Tobey Maguire, Amazing Spider-Man 3, Andrew Garfield. It's all obviously all fake right now, but Tobey Maguire will not get another Spider-Man.
Yeah, I gotta say, they might want it. Mm-hmm. I don't think Tobey's gonna come back for a full movie unless it's in Spider-Verse.
It would have to be a Ben Affleck Batman situation. I've been around for a while. Into this Spider-Verse. He comes back. He was the oldest Peter Parker. But anyway, we can get on in those guys.
Soon.
Yeah, soon. The next thing I really wanted to get into was it was obviously at the very end of the Venom movie and then the Spider-Man movie. If you stayed to the very, very end, I just want to bring it up now because it obviously doesn't have that much significance yet. Venom
Yeah.
will be joining.
Venom.
He is now in Daredevil, Deadpool, Spider-Man, all in the MCU.
Well, the Venom
Right,
the movie's Venom
Sure.
isn't there, but symbiote
Oh yeah,
is.
the symbiote. Which yeah, we'll see what comes of that.
I
But
think
I've heard talks of like Ed Hardy is Andrew Garfield's Venom, or you know what I mean?
that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah, because obviously we already had fucking that '70s show, Topher Grace as Toby's
know,
Venom.
I watched part of Spider-Man 3 at Christmas as well. I think Topher Grace does fine at really just good, I'll say it,
Yeah.
as Eddie.
Oh
It's
sure,
only after he gets the symbiote that's like, this
Yeah.
isn't working for me.
yeah,
Because, like, people just shit on Topher for, like, the whole film, but as Eddie, he's really good.
well, just every villain in Spider-Man 3 was laughable almost. It's like you're trying too hard with the Hobgoblin. The Sandman just didn't do it for me.
If it was
This-
just Sandman.
Venom was rushed. Venom just needs to be its own movie. Spider-Man
Yeah.
fights Venom. You can't rush that in there. You know, they try to do too much. They try to end the trilogy too fast. And like I said,
Like, it wasn't even supposed to end it. It was
Yeah.
going to be a 4.
yeah,
But
yeah.
because of their fuck-ups,
Yeah.
it didn't
Mhm.
happen.
So we got through Deadpool, we got through Venom. Next thing, the big Aunt May, she dies.
Yeah.
And who else but the killer? I loved that scene. He
Yeah.
killed it as
Yep.
Green Goblin. Of course, we
think
knew he would. but-
Unironically, Green Goblin is the best MCU villain now.
Oh, he just.
He's-
why is he not the Joker?
He's
Like,
more engaging.
so good.
He's more engaging in his time in this movie than Thanos is in Infinity War or
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And like, obviously, the Norman part of him is super interesting.
Mhm.
Right.
And like we know from the first from Homecoming that the Sinister Sixes have already been introduced. Vulture's been in it.
Yeah,
They introduced Scorpion at the end. I mean, and now they've shown us Elektra. They showed us the Lizard. They've shown us. I mean, they keep bringing more and more. That's what's so cool about Spider-Man. He has so many villains, and they can do so many different takes, so many different villains, different Spider-Man. Spider-Mans. Spider
people.
Spider Pig.
fellas.
But
There is a Spider Pig.
yeah, but that's just what's so cool is, and I think hands down Spider-Man has the best villains just because he has so many different kinds.
Yeah,
But yeah, so that was 3. It may passes. Green Goblin does it. It's like an Uncle Ben scene sort of thing.
I think
And,
it works really
Yeah,
well.
no, it
Yeah.
was really good.
For
And-
all the people complaining that there's not an Uncle
Yeah.
Ben scene. This Peter's unrelatable or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
I like this Peter a lot just because there's no other like there's stuff based on like the comics and like Garfield movies, Toby movies.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's really very much like its own character
yeah. No, he does
that
it
I
well.
enjoy a lot.
Right.
Yeah, no, he does Peter Parker really well, and what's cool about his character is he's a young Spider-Man going through old Spider-Man problems.
Yeah.
Like if you actually like read comics and went back and like original when Spider-Man first became Spider-Man, he wasn't fighting Thanos. He wasn't fighting
Yeah.
he wasn't doing all this stuff. Like so it's just crazy. He's been through a lot of shit, and now it's like the end of that movie is like I was kind of mentioned something to Dylan earlier. It was like that was a somewhat happy ending. It was like because I mean for Spider-Man, obviously the whole thing with Spider-Man is I guess any superhero really is your loved ones get hurt, and Spider-Man always has. I mean, name a Spider-Man movie where someone significant doesn't die.
Yeah.
I mean, someone always close to him always passes
I
away.
mean, I guess Spider-Man 2, it's Doc Ock. that
Yeah,
dies.
yeah. Which I'd still say is significant.
It's still significant.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah.
But, yeah, there's always something going on. And they, Anyway, dies. That's sad. But it was a good scene. And what really got me was when you see how Happy is like upset about it. I think that got me more than when Peter was there with her. Because I was more emotional with him and Tony Stark than I was with him and Aunt May. But I think I was more emotional with them with seeing Happy upset at the grave, you know. But
yeah.
But yeah, so that was 3. 4, obviously all the Spider people were in the movie. Tobey Maguire was in the movie. Andrew Garfield was in the movie. How do you feel about the way that they brought them into the movie, though?
I think that of all the ways they could have that made sense, I think it's the most comedic way they could have done it. But it also probably makes the most, not the most sense, like they could just meet up with each other. Yeah. Like in Spider-Verse, is it Spider-Verse? Them all having spider sense is what makes them like be aware of each other. That's obviously not here. I kind of like that better.
I was going to say, my big thing is like, because Peter was fighting. They didn't go start looking for him until after he needed help. Spider-Man, doesn't he like, wouldn't you go to action? Because like, Andrew Garfield was running around some alleyways, and it's like, oh, a portal. Let me wave at it and come there. Like, I'm sorry, but I just did not like that. I get it. Fine.
I like Toby's more. Yeah. Toby was actively looking for Spider-Man.
Yeah, because he knew what he was doing.
Whereas I feel like Andrew's Spider-Man was just like, what the fuck do I do? Kind of shit.
But I wish they would have went to just a little bit more backstory, like when those guys first got there or whatever. I don't know, but as soon as they hit the screen, everyone was speculating. Toby was just your Ben Affleck Batman. He was your old, wise Spider-Man trying to right the wrongs. He'd been through it. He'd been through all of it. He didn't want to see these Spider-Mans go through his Spider-Man problems.
I'm glad that they didn't try to, like, de-age technology him and say, this is him from Spider-Man 2. Right, this is him from some unforeseen part of time after Spider-Man 3.
Like, which
is sick. As Andrew's also after his second movie.
Well, the whole thing was with me and Tobey Maguire is in his eyes. Like his eyes in that movie the whole time, you could tell like he'd been through it. Yeah, it's like you think when you look at him, you think back to all the shit that he was put through, and it's like, and then he's looking at this young Spider-Man who's like taking the mantle, and but yeah, it is. So there's Toby. Green Goblin was great. Toby looked great. Yeah. He's old, but he looked great. Yeah. Andrew Garfield stole the whole show. In my opinion, Andrew Garfield, the second he was on the screen, his Spidey suit, the way he interacted with everybody, his scene that he had with MJ, the way he was fighting, as soon as he was on the screen, it very well could have been his movie up until the very end.
I think they still do a good job of making it apparent that Tom Holland's is like the main character. I don't know that of him and Toby, surprisingly he definitely of him and Toby he surprisingly definitely steals. Like you would expect Tobey Maguire to be the one that everybody's talking about, and like they are, but like people really want Garfield to come back more.
No, he was great.
Garfield really great. Tom Holland, like. I don't know how you can be like, yo, Tom Holland, not the best live action representation of Spider-Man after this movie.
He's literally fantastic.
Like, you can like other aspects. Like, you can like whatever you want. I don't care. Right. But in my mind, I can still prefer Garfield's suit as the best suit. Mm-hmm. Or like Garfield's personality he brings to his movies, or the villains from Toby's films. Like, I can still prefer the Gwen over MJ from the original, obviously.
Give me some Emma Stone action. Yeah. Fuck yes.
But like, as an all-encompassing thing, I just feel like Tom Holland is
Tom Holland's great. And it kind of makes me think of the scene where they all Which, by the way, they did the pointing scene, which was badass. I'm so happy they did the old 90s cartoon Spider-Man pointing at each other. They did it.
Yeah, when they're all in the lab.
Yes. And that was so cool.
Alec seems to... I don't think he noticed that. Because Alec is like, they should have done the pointing scene.
What do you mean? You didn't watch the movie?
They just weren't in the suits. But yeah.
Yeah, no, they all had their masks off. Which, you have to.
Peter.
You almost had to. Yeah. But, I think Peter. I loved Andrew Garfield's design for his suit. I don't know. With Tom Holland, I love Tom Holland. He's a great Spider-Man. And what I was alluding to at the beginning of me talking was with the scene where they all, they just decided their plan. They're going to go kick some ass. It's right before the scene that was in the trailer where the villains are on one side. And they're all doing their OG Spider-Man pose. And that was so cool to see. I would make that my background on everything. All three Spider-Man, they're all doing their different significant poses. And Holland is just the best representation of Spider-Man, just given his athletic ability, I guess. The way he poses and everything is so good. But Andrew Garfield's suit, I loved it. It was classic Spidey. It was, I don't know. And they just gave so much to Holland so quickly. And I think that's why I like Garfield and Maguire Spider-Man just a little bit better. Because you started Garfield's moved a little quicker. But, I mean, Sam Raimi came... I could talk about Spider-Man forever. Sam Raimi started the trilogy. He wanted to go off the comics, make his own things. Then they're like, screw it, we're going to go with The Amazing Spider-Man, we're going to use Andrew Garfield, we're going to try to follow the comic strip, which they did. They used Dr. Connors, who was the first villain, but they made Peter kind of a badass. Andrew Garfield got, I don't know, who hung with the directors, I don't really remember what all happened, but they put so much on Holland's plate right away. I mean, like I said before, he started in the MCU. He obviously had his own movie, but he's in the MCU, he's with Iron Man, he's with Doctor Strange, he's with all these people who are giving him this tech and these different powers, and I just feel like Holland hasn't been through enough, but at the same time he has. He's been through... after
now.
Yeah, he's been through more than the other Spider-Man, but at the same time... That's what I was saying,
because it's a whole new... It's not... It's hard... a hard comparison.
It's just hard to go back from here, you know? It's how do I go back to just... But I guess... That's why it was a perfect ending. Because now you go back to everyone forgetting who you...
You can basically look at this as...
a reset.
The first three movies are his origin story.
Yeah.
And
which is one hell of an origin story.
Are we still on number 4, or did you do...
Number 5, yeah. 4 was all 4 of them in there. 5 was Garfield. Is just...
Right.
He was incredible.
So, we can keep talking about that. I can bring up some points. You can as well.
Yeah.
Cron Philly.
Yeah.
But Garfield was great. Tobey was great. Tom Holland's definitely my favorite Spider-Man. Because, the thing is with both Tobey and Andrew Garfield, they're too old to be playing high school Peter Parker.
Yeah. They'd have to do an older version of it.
Andrew is more believable in his movies. Even when I was a kid, I ain't buying that Tobey Maguire's 17.
No.
And they actually show Holland in high school.
Holland, I buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even that said, I think Tobey's Peter is really good, even though it's not what Peter is in the comics technically. It's good. His Spider-Man, good. Enough. But I vastly prefer Andrew's Spider-Man to... I like Peter more also in The Amazing Spider-Man. What's wrong with the Amazing Spider-Man movies is pretty much the villains.
Shitty directing. And writing.
Yeah, and everybody that's not Peter and Gwen.
Yes.
Because they were the saving grace of the first movie, and that's... You alluded to it. Second movie, Andrew was talking against it once it came out, just they just kept bringing in more things and making it more complicated when it just needed to be a story that focused on Peter and Gwen.
Yeah.
And I agree. And obviously you could have made Electro work, because Electro works in this movie.
Yeah.
He's not the focus. Obviously the two winners of the movie is Green Goblin and Doc Ock.
Right.
Which we already talked a lot about Goblin. But Doc Ock, done well.
Yes,
really glad.
I'm loving that they're bringing
Ugh.
back these same. That's what's so cool about this is not only did they get J. Jonah Jameson back, they got both. They got Andrew Garfield.
Funny.
They got
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. They got their Green Goblin. They got their Doc. Like all the original actors came back, reprised their roles, even if they weren't good roles at the time. Like
There's one.
sucks to be Dr. Connors because you're literally the actor was not in it at all. You were just a green lizard.
He was in it at the end.
Oh yeah, at the
Yeah,
very end,
yeah,
he was.
Like, I gotta say, I feel like the biggest. Some people say the lizard is the biggest loser of the villains.
Yeah.
I think it's Sandman.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
he has the funny line where he sits on the couch like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he got.
But
sand
like,
on it.
why is he sand
yeah.
for most of the time? Where do they pull him from? Because he recognizes Spider-Man is on his side at
Yeah.
first, and then he gets mad.
Wait.
Now I'm evil. So, not evil, just like, I don't care about this. Take me
The
home.
real question is,
yeah.
how do you feel about Doctor Strange after this movie? Do
Like-
you hate him more?
I'm going to get more. I want to talk, because, like, I don't think the actor wanted to be there
No.
for Sandman.
No.
Because, like, he's not in the movie for the most part.
No.
I feel like, unless it was scheduling conflicts,
Could have been.
where he just did voiceover for the most part. I feel like when he disappears, because he's in the head of the Statue of
Yeah.
Liberty, I feel like they pulled that footage from somewhere in Spider-Man 3. I'm not positive,
Yeah.
but it really looks like that.
Hmm.
It doesn't look bad.
Right.
I just feel like he was the least down for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like, what are you gonna do unless you could break Vulture out of prison, which
Yeah.
would be cool.
Which
but-
when they get the Sinister Six together, and that's what I wanted to bring up. I mentioned it to Dylan the other day. Go back, even if you don't watch the whole thing, watch the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, because I really think that's my favorite ending besides this new one. My favorite Spider-Man ending of all time. Like, it's so like, my man just been through it. He
Yeah.
just lost his woman.
Yeah.
And then it's this dope scene of I don't like the way that the Rhino was portrayed, but it is what it is. Bygones be bygones.
That's
All the
so-
villains in that movie were not.
when
that
they're all
great. Yes.
talking about what they've done. You've been to space?
Yes.
Man, I just fought some guy in a
I want
rhino
a Russian guy in a rhino
Russian guy in a
suit.
rhino suit.
So he's in a mecha rhino suit, and then I just think it's such a cool scene. And the
Yeah.
kid comes out, he puts the Spider-Man mask on, and he fucking squares up against this mecha rhino. Now, of course, here comes Spider-Man, and then you don't even finish the fight scene, which is what makes
Mhm.
me hungry for more.
Yeah.
You get to the point to where he tells the kid to go. He's doing Spider-Man things. He slings the super great around. Classic, any Spider-Man game, any Spider-Man movie.
There's a manhole cover. That's
There's a
being
manhole
slung
cover
around.
that's being slung
Yeah.
into a rhino's face, and it's so perfect. The end of that movie that it could have been. It's just Andrew Garfield could have been so
Yeah.
good.
Because, like, of the three actors, he's the most invested in the
And I'm sorry
character.
that the scene. Sorry to cut you off. The first
Unacceptable.
Amazing Spider-Man movie when he gets the eggs at the end was the most hype I've ever been for any Spider-Man movie in the
Yeah,
theaters.
Who done
I
what
forgot about that.
Remember at the beginning where Aunt May asks Peter to get eggs, and then he goes through all hell and back, fights the lizard, and then comes back with a carton of eggs at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
She's
And
like,
we were
she's like, what?
hype.
What happened to you?
Yes.
He's like,
And he hands her, he's literally beat to shit,
Yeah.
and he hands her a carton of
God,
eggs.
I was so like that was hype. I was there with you.
Yes.
I was so pissed in that movie because Dustin and Nick wouldn't shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. Dustin,
Is there a
like, "Dude,
ghost?
what if Spider-Man fought a fucking ghost? What would he fucking do? I guess they're not gonna make that movie, Dustin. Shut the fuck up.
Jesus.
It's like, oh, we're not busy.
Yeah, those are the main 5 things I wanted to bring up. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Dr. Octavius. Perfect.
Yep.
I had a feeling he wasn't going to stay evil the whole time. I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad they didn't. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, his redemption's different in this movie.
Right.
Because they do grab him from, like, right before the whole generator thing happens. So, like, Peter uses him as his first example. Like, I can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And he does. And Dr. Octopus is like,
I do love the Holland Peter though. Classic Peter. I want to help everybody and fuck myself in the process.
I tell you what though, I think my favorite villain in this movie was probably Green Goblin.
No, it had to be.
I think I can't remember if he was so strong in like his movies.
Yeah, I forgot about that, and then he just slams Peter through floors.
He's slamming Spider-Man.
Well, remember he was taking that green gas, and he was in the chamber or whatever?
Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. He was getting all roided up, bro, yeah.
I forgot about that. I thought, like, in his movies, he was just flying around throwing bombs.
Well, you forget how strong Spider-Man actually is, till you get, like, a train scene in Spider-Man 2, which...
Well, train scene, when... People forget all the time when Peter basically lifts a building off of himself in Homecoming.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, he doesn't have any Stark tech or anything.
You forget how strong Spider-Man is till you see it and you're like, oh, fuck. It's like,
he's strong.
This boy's strong.
But I didn't expect Willem Dafoe to kick his ass.
Oh, I know. Dude, he was so good.
Because, like, he's older in this movie than he is in the original
and he did all his own stunts.
He did all his own stunts.
Willem Dafoe insisted he did all his own stunts. So it's Willem Dafoe fighting Tom Holland.
Did they use a real floor?
What?
Probably not like a real floor.
No.
I'm fucking kidding.
Willem Dafoe actually, his condition for coming back was he wanted a large role.
Yeah.
Which they probably would have gave him anyway. But he killed it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He really did, and I thought it was interesting to see like Green Goblin's evil. But this doctor is like a really a nice guy. He's just sick.
Yeah. No, what I wish...
He's very ill.
I loved that they kept the mask off because Willem Dafoe's face is much scarier than that. Like with the grin, dude. Like that's classic. Like I'm glad that they kept it that way.
I just remembered when he says I'm something of a scientist myself in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the meme.
Yeah.
I was so happy that was in the film.
They put a lot of Easter eggs in.
Everyone in the theater was fucking happy about that. They were thrilled.
I've never been in a theater where people clap after the movie's over before.
Yeah.
That was sick.
They did during Endgame, too, when I was in it. But
people were crying.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, it's crazy. Like, this is... We haven't been getting a lot of good movies. This is an incredible movie. MCU strikes again.
It's already made $1 billion.
Yeah. DC needs to step it up if they want any chance on any of this. Because, like, now we're bringing TV shows into this. Like, Daredevil, Deadpool, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. Could you imagine?
I need them to...
Paul Rudd, Tom Holland...
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, and Charlie Cox. Sign me the fuck up.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What is this? What?
I'm saying, like, if they got Deadpool, Spider-Man, Ant-Man, and Daredevil all together.
Oh, yeah.
All the red guys.
That's Red Gang.
Yes.
Red Gang.
But, like, I don't know. This might be my favorite Marvel movie.
Oh, it has to.
Because I typically, like, put Endgame and Infinity War in a different tier, but I might like this more than those movies.
I do just because it's Spider-Man. Like, if it would have been any other Spider-Man film with, like, your Doctor Strange and obviously not Iron Man, but another Avenger, I wouldn't be in on it. I really wasn't in on it until this movie.
Yeah. My personal taste, I've had Thor Ragnarok is, like, my favorite Marvel movie.
Because it's, like,
for
the
me,
funniest one.
Yeah.
But, like, Endgame and Infinity War just transcend certain, like, film. But
I really
I think it's great.
I really think this is what this is doing. It's taking the next step in the MCU phase. We're going to get a much younger generation of MCU now, whether it be Tom Holland leading the charge or not. But, I mean, I know this podcast is going a little long, but you got to think.
We warned you.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think. I mean, Iron Man's gone. Chris Evans done with his role.
And dumb.
Thor can come back whenever he wants. I don't know
I'm excited
why
for
he
Love
wouldn't.
And Thunder.
Yeah, why he wouldn't keep coming back.
Let's go Taika.
I really think it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be Spider-Man, and then they're going to start bringing these smaller role guys in, like your Punishers, your Daredevils, and then you're going to get the next level of Iron Man.
Avengers 5.
Yeah, they're gonna move on. Why would they not? There's so much success in what they're doing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm excited for the next Spider-Man trilogy more than anything else.
Oh,
After
dude.
Endgame, all I really cared about was Spider-Man, Thor,
Yeah.
Guardians. I haven't seen Shang-Chi.
Mhm.
I'm sure it's great.
Mhm.
I just
Have you seen the Eternals? I haven't.
no.
Yet. Yeah. I wasn't
Hector
hyped about
and Nick did, but I haven't yet. But there's still plenty to talk about. We'll try to keep it as
We can try to dive back in
brief
when
as
we have
possible.
Alec. but-
we need to talk about Ned.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He is a treasure.
Yes.
These people, these haters online keep being like, Toby definitely had the best, like, not Toby. They
Andrew
both
Garfield.
Yeah.
had the best, like, Andrew Garfield obviously had best romance, probably still does. Not by much, I'll say that.
Yeah.
But the best, like, ensemble, like,
Yeah.
I don't care about the other characters besides Spider-Man. You're stupid.
Right.
Ned is the best friend
Yeah.
of any of these movies.
Yeah.
And then MJ is so good.
Yeah.
So good
Mhm.
in this one and Far From Home.
I wish they gave us more backstory on MJ. Like, I want to know more about her because, like, obviously Spider-Man, it's Peter and MJ. It's the way it goes. But it's like, you can give us any of Zendaya. Give me Zendaya.
Right.
Give me some facts.
I mean,
Let's go
they
back.
might.
I mean, but,
they
like-
could still.
Yeah, even with like Toby's Peter. At least you got some of it. Like, you got like where she came from. She came from a shit house. Like all this and
Yeah.
that. Like you. All,
I think that could come out later.
all the MJ you see is MJ with Peter.
And, like, I'm so sick of people bitching about Flash in the new movies.
Yeah.
No, he's not the same. Neither's Peter. Neither's
Right, yeah.
anybody.
Right.
Ned is inspired by who he's named after and Miles Morales' best friend,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why he will not turn evil. Shut up. He won't.
The question
I
is,
promise.
The question is,
And if he
is
does,
he
I'll
the
cry.
is
Yeah.
he the reason we get a Miles Morales? Da-da-da-da.
And
He's going to have to lose some weight.
he lost like 120 pounds.
Yo.
Like before this movie. I don't know if they just had him wear like some layers or something to keep up with like I am Ned
Mhm.
kind of
I
shit.
am
But
He's good.
Yeah.
MJ is so good.
My
At the very least,
Yeah.
Peter MJ is above the Toby MJ
Mhm.
now. Probably slightly still. I still love Gwen and Peter,
No,
but
that's my favorite for sure. I mean, it's just
It's
their connection was so good.
it's getting close because like this, like somehow realistic portrayal of teenage romance is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that they are definitely a more
Makes-
modern era because
Makes
like
my heart flutter and shit.
with Toby and Andrews, it's like you get like your classic high school. There's a
Yeah.
bully, there's a nerd, whatever. But this is like it's legit high school. Like the Flash, he's not a bully. Like like the people don't give a fuck what's going on with Peter until he is Spider-Man. Like
Right.
literally no
Flash
one
is
bothers
just an
Yes.
asshole
Yeah.
in the first movie, and then like the next two is just kind of just comic relief.
him. Yeah, but the other two, it's like they had to put in this bully scene where Peter stands up for himself, and this one, it's like no,
Yeah.
like there's no reason for it.
Because like I somehow missed that the high school that they're going to is a science high school.
Yeah,
Oh,
Like they're all there because they like gifted
yeah.
in the brain or
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like, yeah, obviously big blonde white man bully Flash isn't fucking there.
There ain't there's no jocks in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's literally
I like this Flash.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna use him for Venom right off the bat.
I mean, there's
don't
a
think-
reason their vacation was where? Washington, D.C.? Is that where they
Yeah.
went?
I'm the number one player in the chess team.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah, but like
Bitch.
I think Venom's gonna. I think Flash is gonna be Venom.
You think?
I think so.
Okay.
Because like they haven't established an Eddie. We
Yeah.
already know Flash
Yeah.
would make sense, and there's no shot that they don't bring back Ned and MJ in the next movie. Like it's not gonna be a whole new cast.
Right.
They're going to
Years.
keep rolling with Tom Hardy, though. So do you think Tom Hardy is going to be...
I hope.
Do you think he...
I
is-
think so. Like Flash Venom's never gonna get like his own franchise.
Right.
I do think I do think that Tom Hardy Venom is a part of Amazing Spider-Man universe. I don't know where in the timeline he is. Because they pull them from all sorts of different timelines. So like there's no telling if Peter and Eddie from that timeline both come from like the exact same second, or if like technically, I think you could easily make an argument that in the next Venom movie, Venom's like, okay, well, we can't go to that New York and talk to that Spider-Man anymore, but maybe there is one here still.
That would be, and they have,
and then that's how they reveal that Andrew Garfield's sticking around. Because I think they're going to keep Garfield around.
They have endless possibilities. After Garfield just did that movie where he was, I don't remember, Kate knows, the playwright that passed away, after Kate did that, or after Andrew Garfield did that movie where he played the playwright, he killed the role. And if you watched the movie, I forget what it's called now. Kate made me watch it. He was amazing. He taught himself how to sing. He sang great. He acts great. He's always been a great actor.
And he cares about Spider-Man too.
Yeah, and he's good.
I think I could see Toby coming back for like cameos.
Yeah,
here and there. I don't think they're gonna have a spin-off with him, a Spider-Man 4. None of that. I think Amazing Spider-Man 3 could happen far down the line. Because I think they might use Garfield as like their Spider-Man for like the Venom.
Yeah. To summarize all of this, really, it's just
possibly Morbius universe.
Yeah. It's just, what are you gonna do with Spider-Man at this point? Obviously, at the end of the movie, everyone forgets who Peter Parker is. They didn't forget who Spider-Man was. They were very specific about saying that Spider-Man is real. So Peter Parker is now this kid who is in New York by himself, with no one around him. He just got that shitty apartment, which was so dope at the end of the movie, where he's gonna.
I hope they bring back
the Rent guy.
At the end of the movie, I was like, he's got to go across the hall and make her have some cookies.
Rent stew,
chocolate.
Yes, that was the most awkward scene ever. I hate that scene, but. Like, if Peter saved her later on down the road, okay, cool, sentimental. No, she's just not in the movie anymore. She gets some cake and cookies. They have an awkward interaction.
You want some
gone.
Cake? Make me some cookies.
It's like...
But I think the summer is like, so Peter's brand new. So where are they going to take this next? Are they going to go back? Are we going to see... I think the Sinister Six are coming next. I mean, but Spider-Man's still real. We had the Vulture. We had the setup for Scorpion. I think
it's possible.
I think Sinister Six would be next with Holland, but if not, then it's just interesting to see what direction they're going to take it at this point.
It's possible that the next one could just be Vulture and Scorpion rather than the full Sinister Six.
I just kind of hope that they keep Holland separated from the MCU for just a little bit. Like let him grow as Spider-Man.
like he doesn't. Yeah, I think that's what they're gonna do, and like bring him back into the big conflicts.
Because no one knows who he is anymore. You have endless possibilities.
I think there's gonna be a way for at least. I think there's a way for people to remember.
Not only have
I don't know what that way is gonna be, but I expect MJ to remember who he is at some point.
Oh shoot! At the end of that,
because she still has the broken necklace from Far From Home.
You noticed that?
I didn't, but I saw it in the video, and I noticed it in retrospect. So I was like,
I've got a keen eye for that shit. But
like, she still has it. So like, I think she'll. I don't know how Ned, but I can. They're not leaving. They're gonna be in it still. I think they're gonna remember some way.
It's cool that they made those two stay friends, because it's like Peter was the connection between those two. So it's like, how else would it work? You know what I mean? But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what
like when he's sewing his suit and stuff.
That was cool to see too. He has like not all nanotech.
Yeah, and like he's got a new like coffee cup, so like he's still going there and getting coffee from her and shit. Right. And I feel like I don't know if they will, but I could buy it because they wanted him to tell them that they knew him and all this stuff, and he thinks he's doing the right thing by not doing that.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna both be like, no, we didn't go to MIT. Well, why? It's like, I don't know. Just feel like I need to be here.
No, we've been waiting for you
Kinda
to tell
shit.
us, bitch. So we know.
I don't know, but
But like I said, to summarize all of it, there's endless possibilities. I mean, not only did they make everyone forget Peter Parker, so he has a clean slate. He's Spider-Man. But no one knows who he is. They introduced that there is a multiverse.
it's wild too.
Yes, so they literally, it's up for speculation what could be next because nobody knows.
And it's wild because Spider-Man is now probably the most important character for the
Has to
MCU.
be. I think that's why they did all this.
Yeah, and so.
And can we just say
see how he reestablishes certain connections? Obviously, he's on his own. He doesn't. I feel like he's got to tell Happy. He doesn't lose anything.
I was
Happy
waiting for that at
knowing.
the end of the movie. I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for one person to, for some reason, know who
Yeah.
he is, and then that be like the cliffhanger.
But whenever when it ended and he didn't, I was like, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
this is probably the happy ending
Yeah.
Spider-Man
But
gets.
like, there's people he could
No one got
tell.
hurt.
I think it's really just Happy. I think there's going to be a way for people to like remember, but like
Mhm.
he doesn't lose anything
Hear
if
me
he's
out.
like at Happy, brother.
Hear me out. How dope would it be though?
Tony loved
if he just
cheeseburgers.
went straight up to Daredevil, and because he's like, I know you're a lawyer.
Yeah,
Let's fight some crime, bro.
Yeah, I think
And the crimes
Daredevil
are Deadpool.
It would be really cool if Daredevil's like the secondary like
Oh yeah.
protagonist of the next one as well.
Well, now that we know that he's in the universe, we already knew he was in the area. It's just like reading Spidey comics growing up. It was Spider-Man and Daredevil, Spider-Man and
the Fantastic
it's
Four.
Spider-Man and somebody. Spider-Man teams up with this person. Like Spider-Man is Stan Lee's greatest creation. Let's be honest.
I think they would have. I think the Avengers Tower is being rebuilt as the Fantastic Four's
Yeah.
tower because there's been speculation on what it's going to be since Far From Home came out. It's obviously not Oscorp because if it was going to be Oscorp, they wouldn't have brought in Osborn from a different movie. So it's like
cut this off.
we'll get it. We'll get it. But yeah, you said, how do I feel about Doctor Strange after this movie? How do you feel about Doctor Strange?
I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I think he's a great actor. I think he plays a great Doctor Strange. Obviously, Doctor Strange has one role and one role only in the MCU. It is being a strict dick. And he played that role to perfection.
If he just does things Peter's way from the beginning, it's just as much his fault as it is Spider-Man's.
Oh, yeah.
And if he just does things Peter's way, which, technically, if Peter just let him send them back, also fine. But, you could have just been all right, fine. Cure the dumb fucks.
Yeah.
And it would have been fine.
The last thing I will say about all this is it was so cool how they did mess up, though, because Spider-Man is known for what he says when he's Spider-Man. He talks shit. The whole time he's Spider-Man, he's talking shit, and that's what Andrew Garfield did so well. I hope Tom Holland gets better at it. Not saying it's bad, but compared to Andrew Garfield's scenes,
it's better than Maguire.
He's so energetic, but he's talking, and that's what Spider-Man does. He talks the whole time. It's just like Deadpool is a mark with a mouth, and that's why I think I don't know. Some part of my brain is like that. Deadpool fits in here somewhere. After I saw that, I was like, I know Deadpool will be in the MCU, but I think it's classic Spider-Man. You have a kid who's young, dumb, gets himself into trouble, gets someone killed, heartbreak at the end of the movie, somewhat happy ending. It's every Spider-Man movie, but they really knocked it out of the park with this one. It's good.
Yeah, it was great.
And we should talk about it more with Alec, but I gotta pee again.
Yep, and we're going on an hour 48.
You know
Is that just this part?
That's the whole thing.
No, it's the whole thing. Well, Alex Pease, thanks for listening to this part of the Bucket of Milk podcast. I think that'll be it, though. I think I'm gonna call it We already said our byes, so get the fuck out of here.
Go home.
Bye.
The movie's over.